Lisdoonvarna, famous for matchmaking and now the festival, and there's nothing to say they don't go hand in hand. In a year that's widely regarded as make or break year for the summer festivals, Lisdoonvarna say the organisers cost £250,000 to stage. It took 16 articulated trucks to bring all the necessary equipment onto the site, and the stage, 140 feet wide, was the largest ever erected in Ireland. In the end, fears of another 1982 festival failure were allayed. It's accepted that crowds were down on last year, but the organisers put the audience for American singer-songwriter Jackson Browne, the headlining act, at between 20 and 24,000. Facilities were improved this year, with a festival village with everything from T-bone steaks to the Hare Krishnas. Extra fire and medical facilities were in use. In the end, they dealt with minor injuries and one potentially dangerous incident when a van went on fire. Toilet facilities too were improved. 118 throne rooms this year, and all fit for a king, or so they said. As festivals get bigger and the big name acts are brought in, organisational costs go up. For the fans, the festivals don't come cheap. A weekend ticket for Lisdoonvarna cost £20. 5 years ago, it was a fiver. There were the usual complaints about rip-off prices, with some justification. Cans of beer were going for £1, as was watery stew, and hamburger and chips cost £1.20. But for those who shopped around, there were the bargains, like those T-bones at £1.90. Once again this year it rained, and it wasn't long before the festival site had been turned into a virtual quagmire. But if spirits were dampened, it wasn't long before the music, particularly the rock and roll of Dave Edmunds and Mama's Boys, brought the festival to life. People travel to Lisdoon for the music, but part of the fun is the camping and the festival atmosphere. Despite the rain, it was all about having a good time. For those who'd slipped in the mud 10 times in as many minutes, the only thing to do was laugh and clap to the music. And for those who could fly, a bird's eye view. The highlight of the festival was on the Saturday night, Jackson Browne, and accompanied by Handel's music for fireworks, what was billed as the biggest firework display in Ireland.
Simple operation. But you don't do it for your health.
The morning after the night before, and a silent festival. Soon though, everyone woke to queue for the taps and a breakfast of burger and chips. The mud was still there, and as people tried to recover in time for the next concert, the public announcer wondered if anyone had a spare pair of size 7 shoes.